Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Very special video this time for a few reasons. One, as you can see, I am here with Marcus. Marcus, hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, Dragon Ballers?
He is back to talk to the Couscous Empire and to the Dragon Ballers and to all you awesome players out there. Today, Bandai asked us to reveal to you guys the expansion 17 Saiyan boost set coming out in June. So today, we're going to talk about those cards. We're going to give them a read. We're going to talk about, different ways we think you can use these cards in the game. We're going to talk about Spirit Boost, which is a new keyword in the game coming out with this expansion. Let's get right into it. I'll start us off reading SS Goku Spirit Boost Striker. So we have a 2-drop unison, auto once per turn. When you remove a marker from this card using a Spirit Boost skill, which we'll get to in a bit, choose up to one blue sand card in your battle area, gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. +1, activate main. If your leader card is mono blue, you may switch this card to rest mode. If you do, choose up to one blue skillless battle card with an energy cost of 2 in your energy and play it. If you played it, place the top card of your deck in your energy in rest mode at the end of the turn. Make sure if you're playing this card, don't forget to do that. -1, activate main. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to the owner's hand. Nice little bit of spot removal there. We'll give more opinions after we've gone through a few of the cards. Marcus, why don't you go and read this card?
Yeah, for sure. It's Bardock Spirit Boost Avenger. Barrier, auto. When this card is placed in your energy, negate its skills for the game. Then activate main once per turn. Spirit Boost 1 again. And this card gains critical for the turn.
Yeah,
and
so...
next, Joey?
Yeah, so with this card really quick, what I do want to mention is Spirit Boost, you have to remove a marker from a unison in order to activate that. That's part of the cost. And the other thing is that Bandai's already confirmed this in their design notes, that when you play this card out of your energy, it does get its skills back. So I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way really quickly, just in case you guys have questions. I'm sure you guys may have already commented your question already. But anyways, we'll go on to the next one. So SS Bardock's Spirit Resonance. Lots of text here. It's like a book. We have a 5-drop, 25k, dual attack, evolve for 2 over any Bardock. That's really important here. Auto limit 2. You can only activate this skill twice per turn across all copies of this card. And then Spirit Boost 2. So instead of removing one marker, you're removing 2 markers from your unison. And then if your opponent has 3 or more energy and it's your turn, when this card attacks or at the end of a battle in which this card is using a combo from your hand, choose up to one of your mono blue leader cards and switch it to active mode. It gets plus 5,000 power for the turn, then negate its keyword skills for the turn, and you can't activate your leader's non-keyword skills for the turn. Okay, so we read the Goku Unison, the Bardock 2-drop, and the Bardock 5-drop. So it's pretty apparent at this point they're all kind of meant to work as a tandem. So Marcus, why don't you kind of just give us your thoughts on this tandem of cards?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice little combo here. We're utilizing the new keyword skill Spirit Boost a lot and limit as well, which I really like, by the way. I think Spirit Boost is a really nice mechanic added to the game. A lot of times our unison markers get out of control, so it's really cool that we can make use of that. When it comes to these 3 cards all together, it's cool how, like, Super Saiyan Son Goku Spirit Boost Striker, he gets to play the Bardock for free, right, with his +1, because Bardock is a skill list in your energy area. So Goku will play the Bardock, and then you could evolve on top of the Bardock, which is really cool. And the 5-drop Bardock is a 25k dual attacker. That's pretty beefy.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Plus, the dual attack on Bardock allows you to, make most use out of your limit too, right? So, attack once, trigger the auto, attack again, trigger the auto. You do have to remove 4 markers from your unison, but the nice thing about the fact that they chose to go with blue here as the first kind of color to see this new mechanic is that blue unisons, they do gain a lot of markers. You have Xeno Unison, you have Baby Unison, all these unisons that like +2 at a time. So that's a really good thing here. I think these cards are really cool, really good combo. Now we're going to talk about some other ways that these cards can be used, not necessarily just like among themselves. So firstly, I'll let Marcus kind of go over this usage of the Goku Unison.
Right, so like obviously the unison goes hand in hand with the Gohan leader. The Gohan leader lets you awaken when you play a skill-less battle card from your energy area. So you drop this unison on turn 2 and you do the +1 to play a unison from your energy area. And then as soon as you do that, you get to awaken with your leader, which is really nice.
Yeah, so perfect synergy there. Definitely it makes a lot of sense that they want you to use this all in tandem. Works very, very nicely. It's also nice that it's another way to get awakened, because normally you have to play the energy fortification battle cards, but now you have a more inherent way of getting that to work. Next up, we have Bardock Grade Up Assault, which is a super rare that came out of Dropbox 5 that never really quite took off, but I think it's a really cool thing that you can now use it with Bardock's Spirit Boost Avenger. This card is already meant to go in your energy, right? So with Bardock Radiant Up Assault, you can evolve it right over this Bardock in your energy, and odds are you're probably playing this whole combo in a blue Saiyan leader, so you get the most out of Bardock Radiant Assault's effects, which is really nice. I think it's a really strong card. Hasn't quite had the best Bardock stuff around it to make use of, but I think this is a pretty cool step in the right direction. Also, really important to note that this Bardock and the Super Saiyan Bardock are Bardock's crew Bardocks, so they are going to be searchable within those archetypes, which is pretty nice. And I'll let Marcus talk about the next one.
Yeah, it's really cool how like all these Bardocks, the evolve targets are so free. Like the wide range of targets you have is pretty cool. And right here we have Bardock Father and Son. You know, it's just a yellow Bardock, but the 5-drop Bardock here, the evolve target is any Bardock. So you could evolve on a red, yellow, any Bardock you see out there, which is really cool. I like the fact that with this yellow Bardock, you could play it for free. And then after that, you just pay 1 blue and 2 anything. It could be yellow and just evolve on top of that. I think this Bardock Spirit Resonance is a really good card. I like how you could utilize it in a leader like Zamasu as well, where you could combo it off to restand your leader and gain 5k for an additional swing. There's a lot of possibilities here. I love the fact that they left it open so people could get really creative with all the combos that they come up with.
Yeah, for sure. And we just giving you a few examples here. So if you guys have more ideas of how to use these cards, definitely drop them in the comments below. But anyways, we do have 2 more cards to talk about. So let's talk about Hunt of the Demon God. We have a 1-drop counter. If your leader card and energy are all the same color and your opponent has 4 or more energy. So firstly, you read counter and you're just like, wow, that's got to be broken. But then you read all the stipulations and yeah, it's a lot more balanced than you might think at first. So you negate the counter attack skill of an extra card with the original energy cost of 1 that was activated without paying its energy cost. So with this, we saw a card very, very similar to this, King Vegeta Hidden Ambitions, 1-drop from set 13, that essentially does the same thing, but it's tied to red. So this card's actually generic. It does have a few more stipulations, but it can be used in any deck, and basically you can stop things like free Dimension Magic, free Power Burst, free Dormant Potential Unleashed, and then it's got the Spirit Boost effect, which we'll let Marcus read.
Yeah, the Spirit Boost is pay 1 energy, unison card with a specified cost, remove this card in your drop area from the game. So that's a little ambiguous right there, but it means that if you remove a marker from a unison that is non-black, so any color unison, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, its skills are negated and it can't attack. So it gives you a little bit of utility there. I believe it's mainly meant to be used with unisons that are not in black decks, so maybe something that you splash into some other types of decks.
Yeah, there's definitely a format dependent card where you're going to want to use this if there's a lot of Dimension Magic, if there's a lot of Dormant Potential, and it's one of those cards that like creates this really interesting dynamic in the game where your opponent's not going to know if you're playing it, but the fact that it exists, they have to now be scared to use Dormant for free, to use Dimension Magic for free, things like that. And at the moment of recording this video, there are no black unisons that have black specified cost, and of course that could change. They could print black unisons that have black specified cost, but as of right now, this only works with unisons in different colors that are not black. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that, see if this card becomes more playable in black decks. But besides that, it is still a really good card nonetheless, a card that again your opponent's gonna have to worry about. And if the format ever gets out of hand with Dormant or Dimension Magic or other free negates like that, this card is one you can easily consider in your sideboard. I also like too how it's like it's a promo, but it's a non-essential card, but it's still a really good card. So we'll go on to the last card of this expansion. We've got Android 17 Key Channeler. Marcus, why don't you give it a read?
Yeah, this is a Energy Exhaust barrier card. If your leader card is a blue android card and you have 5 or more life, negate this card's Energy Exhaust skill in all areas. We've seen that effect before. Activate main, pay 1 blue. If your leader card is a blue android card, you may place this card in its owner's drop area from your energy, and if you do, play this card from your drop area. Then it has another activate main. Place 1 card from your energy in its owner's drop area. Choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker from it.
Yes. So I know there are a ton of players out there who, upon reading this, they know exactly what it's for. Some players have no idea what this is for. It seems kind of weird to like kill your energy off, but if you guys are a dedicated fan of good Android 21, this is a card for you here, right? Because you kill it out of your own energy to play it, so that triggers her Awaken Auto, and then you activate main, you can use on subsequent turns to continue to proc your good 21's Awaken effect, and it's got barrier, so it should stick around. Marcus, did you want to say something about the card?
Yeah, I was one of those guys where I was like, what is this card good for? It doesn't make sense. But then as soon as I read Android 21, I was like, oh my god, this works so nicely together. So I definitely like this Android 17 card in the Android 21 deck. You get free value, and can't go wrong there.
Free value is literally Marcus's favorite thing about Dragon Ball. So overall, man, I think these cards are really solid in what they're meant to do. One, introducing Spirit Boost. Two, just giving us some new cards that are kind of like a nice little segue in between, like, you know, main and side sets. It's nice to get these like very small, very cheap, like little expansion sets that just give you a few new cards to play with, give you a taste of what's to come. Marcus, what do you think about the cards overall?
Overall, I like them. I like the direction with the new keyword skills that we're getting. It adds a little bit of, you know, flavor to the game, which is always nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
Very cool. So we will be doing the other expansion as well. So make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for that. Per Bandai's request, we are doing that in a separate video next week. So I do want you guys to be aware of that. If you stay here till the end of watching the video, I really do appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you next time.